Hi Capricorn, this is Nyanjo with Sustain Tarot, and I'm here to do your reading. So I just want to say thanks to all the folks who've liked, shared, and subscribed my videos. Thank you, all great. So let's get started with your reading. So the overall message that you have, the central message that you have for this month, is instinct. I'm gonna read out what that means from the Chakra Wisdom Oracle deck. And it's just like an overall question to keep in mind. Your instinct is finely tuned, so why doubt it? Your journey is guided. How can I master letting go and moving on? Do I trust inner guidance? That's so perfect, because the rest, that's just basically what your reading is saying. So it's about moving on and just sitting with change. So to clarify, you have death and water. Death has to do with transformation and change. And really what is going to be important with the overall message is just connected to letting go of what does not work for you and being flexible. But I think this is also connected to water energy. So that means Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. And I think maybe too, what has really impacted you and continues to impact you is sort of the change and transformation that came about in the month of or the end of So I guess what I'm trying to say is that the overall message is just really being able to sit with your ambiguity. So I'm going to read it out again just to remind myself. How can I master letting go, moving on? Do I trust inner guidance? All right, so let's move on to the love part of the reading. And I think too, the last kind of little tidbit is that water energy astrologically is connected to this sort of very embedded intuitive nature. So I think that's what it's speaking to as well, as just allowing this momentum of change to facilitate your connection to your intuition, your instinct. All right, so let's go to the love portion of your reading. So for singles, you have Knight of Pentacles and the King of Pentacles. So this is great. You're very much in your element. And remember, I mean, the 21st, 22nd is kind of the borderline. Number 21st, 22nd is sort of the borderline for Capricorn. So it's really, like I said, Knights are all about movement. It's movement towards stability. So I think what is allowing you to move towards that stability is sort of making a decision and not getting stuck in that decision. Not getting stuck with and kind of just mulling over and over again this decision that you need to make. So that'll allow you to feel very much in your element. And I'm like, what does this have to do with love? Okay. You have the Devil reverse. The Devil is connected to the sign of Capricorn, to your sign. So I think what I was just saying is just obsessing over a decision about how you engage with people and releasing, because it's reversed, the Devil is releasing these sort of obsessive, controlling tendencies and allowing that to kind of dissipate and be removed from your life, to allow that to be swept away with this transformation and change that is happening and that has happened, and really to continue that movement will allow you to feel fully in your element. And I think there's feeling one thing what that is. So you have the Hangman reverse. So I think kind of a signal that you are fully in your element, like I said, being able to sit with sort of these changes that are happening and not to resist them. Because the Hangman in the reverse Hanging on upright has to do with sort of, it's like a waiting card. It has to do with sacrifice. It has to do with sort of spiritual journeys and changes, internal changes. And I think allowing space for like releasing all this negative energy, or this energy that around this decision, or around the way you're trying to relate with people, especially in the because it's wands, it has to do with this passion, this fiery energy that's present in kind of once that kind of transition from Sagittarius to Capricorn happens, and this decision has to be made, and you choose to release it, you'll be able to kind of like, trying to say like flag it, or there'll be an indication and marker that you're able to kind of just sit with this energy of the Hangman reverse, which is, like I said, being able to kind of internalize this process of this this letting go process. Yeah. One more card. Okay, this is the last card. Okay, yeah. So you're able to connect with this other energy of the Queen of Pentacles. The self-sufficiency as well is what the Queen of Pentacles is all about too. Is this internal stability, like I was just saying. All right, so let's go to the couples. We have the Three of Swords and the other card. Well, the Three of Swords is totally about just like heartbreak. It has to do with heartbreak. And I'm like starting to feel emotional. So I think something has happened that's impacted your dynamic that happened. I got like the third week of 3 weeks ago, third week of yeah, which is around now, isn't it? Anyways, this experience and this dynamic has been really intense and overwhelming, and has you, like I said, just sort of thinking over and over and over again. And in order to get to this place of healing that is very necessary to your process, to maintaining this connection that you have with your partner, you're going to have to let it go. But you're going to have to be in touch with yourself to the point where you understand what you need to release, and particularly what dynamics do not serve you. So you're able to, like, you know, the theme of like move on, move forward. This might have to do with breakup, it might not. It depends on the situation. To clarify the situation, you also have the Ten of Swords, which is about the completion of a cycle. It's about hitting rock bottom. Like, I'm like rock bottom. And just the only way to go from there, I know it's a cliche, the only way to go from the bottom is up. And what is up, what you're going to be looking up to, is this star, this healing. In the center of that healing process, as the King of Cups in the reverse, is just gathering this internal emotional stability. One more card. So you're able to really manifest and remember the Six of Cups, which is this nostalgia. It's just also a soulmate connection. So I think this energy is passing. Like, even if you do decide to end your relationship, doesn't necessarily mean that your connection is over. And I'm not saying that in the way that y'all will be getting back together, but I'm saying in a way that, like, it'll allow you to be able to bring in who you need to be connected to your soulmate, to another soulmate. Yeah. So let's go to the career portion of your reading. So you have the Two of Cups, Ace of Pentacles, and the Eight of Cups. Right off the bat, this work situation has felt very ideal. It's felt very convenient, and it has felt very inspiring. And it seems like too, it's like, because it's still at the Pentacle stage, it's still at the beginning stages. And I'm gonna clarify. Yeah, you're still, the Three of Pentacles is about building. You're still building. You're still building a lasting way, a sustainable way to keep up this momentum of this project, of this, you know, work environment, of this organization, whatever you're a part of, is just really centered on like really right now is about building a foundation. With this Eight of Cups, I'm just getting the sense too that you have to be able to know when that stage is over. Like, so you're able to fully go from the Two of Cups to like the Ten of Cups. Because right now, the Two of Cups too is this connection, but it's like the beginning of a connection. That's what I'm getting. Like Ace of Pentacles, the beginning of a connection. Three of Pentacles, the building off of it. So in order to make sure that this structure that you've built within your, workplace, within your community, within the project that you set, like whatever like plan that you've had, you're gonna have to let go of this need to rush. And this is the Sun of Wands in the reverse, and it's has to do with just sort of scattered energy. It's sort of this forward movement and momentum, but in a way that's just way too quick. Like, you can't, I'm getting the sense like you're trying to like manifest it, you're trying to do a rush job. Like all these things, you have all these resources that are just here. And you have to know, like I said, you have to know when to let go, but don't do it too soon, or whatever you built is just going to collapse. It's just going to collapse on itself. Yeah, and it's just going to lead, Five of Swords, to a lot of conflict. So just make sure you are focusing on this building. It's going to be very crucial. Okay. So for your higher purpose, your spirituality, you have the Power Reverse. These are new cards. They're Elsewhere. They're very beautiful. I've been like hesitant to get them because they're so powerful and intense. So yeah, the Tower Reverse, the Ten of Pentacles, or Ten of Pentacles, Ace of Cups. Very, very beautiful. Whatever has collapsed or is collapsing right now, going back to sort of these energies from your career, and work, passions, and also your love connection. I think these kind of ideals and ideas and expectations have come crashing down very slowly. Very slowly. They're like very much, I'm just like getting a sense of the energy just kind of flowing out and like leaving your body, draining out. This is probably the catalyst happened in number, like I said, with the Death card and the connected to Scorpio, which is also a water sign, this intuition. Yeah, releasing, to clarify the Ten of Wands, or the Tower card, you have the Ten of Wands reverse, which is releasing these burdens. And then you're able to get to this place of where you really want to be, which is the Ten of Pentacles, the Ten of this, like this fully connected to the universe, fully connected to your purpose, fully connected to just what you need to, what makes you feel good, but also what grounds you materially and physically. So you're able to reach this new beginning, which I said too is this connection to this intuition, which also is, this card is very much connected to self-worth, to self-love. Like I said, the beginnings of a relationship too, but I think really because it's connected to this message around higher purpose, it has to do with this overall releasing and embracing what does serve you. And the only way for you to even know what that is to just let go. It's almost like the Fool card, and just like you just jump. You just gotta jump. You just gotta go. In order to just allow this to come in, so you're able to be aligned with what you need. So let's go to your advice. So dreams reveal that magic is real and anything is possible. Yep. And then I forgive and let go with loving ease. Definitely, like I said, anything is possible, but you have to put faith in the universe in whatever way that you can and that is appropriate for you, so they're able to trust that anything is possible. So when you release and let go, you're able to like know that you'll get what you need by just releasing this like focus in a way that is almost obsessive, like I said, and that doesn't actually facilitate you moving forward. So I'm going to read this scene, or sorry, not this card. It's more here. No? Forgiveness. Forgiveness is potent medicine and one of the most important spiritual practices we can cultivate. When we forgive, we allow our lives to move forward with more ease. Deep challenges or past hurt hold your greatest gifts and can be doorways to incredible insights, growth, and compassion. When you forgive yourself or others, you say yes to life and open up to something more aligned. Although we want the other to apologize first, we cannot control one another. By saying no to the harboring of negativity and suffering, we take full responsibility for how we feel, clean up disharmony within ourselves, and allow acceptance and love to prevail. Surrender control, let go of blame, and receive the underlying teaching. You're ready to take the first step. Bring love into your own being in this very moment. That's beautiful. All right, so thanks for watching, and if you like a personal reading from me, email me at truthistchancetarot@gmail.com, and also follow me on Instagram, same name. And yeah, blessings.